Hello, everybody. I am not sure why it's so dark in here. It's kind of dark though. I wanted to just share something that was on my mind. Pull my shirt down. I'm wearing a pair of size 24 jeans and they're very snug and it kind of pisses me off, but that's another story. So I just want to share something. As I mentioned previously, I really miss the scale. It's an addiction. It's validation. It's showing me where I've landed. Am I messing up? Like, I eat a lot of low carb food. And I just wonder, I'm like, well, how am I doing? And, as I mentioned, these jeans I'm wearing right now, they're very snug. So it's not like I can go by these, to tell me, like, hey, I'm losing a few pounds. Um, and I don't know. It's like a lot of head games that I'm playing with myself or whatever, when it comes to the scale. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, screw this, I'm going to go get a scale. There are cheap ones at CVS, and I was thinking, I'm going to go get a CVS brand digital scale, whatever. And then I thought about it. I was naked because I just got out of the shower. I was naked walking in my bathroom and seeing myself in the mirror. And I saw all this fat, like when you turn to the side. Okay, I saw this fat, on my shoulders. And, all of this fat, like just in general on my body. And that's what made me realize I'm like, the scale can't do anything for you. It literally cannot do anything for you. If it says you're 290, if it says you're 270 or whatever it's going to say, which of course it would never say well, not never, but not right now would it say 270, but just for argument's sake, the number really doesn't matter. You're not where you want to be. And I guess this is like my advice to severely overweight people like myself who keep weighing yourselves, and maybe even not so severely overweight, but overweight people. I'm not trying to, inspire eating disorders, but, not everybody is 100+ pounds overweight like me. And so even if, let's say, you're 50 pounds overweight, but you're not where you want to be, the scale may be a little bit more helpful for you because you don't have as far to go. But for me, it's going to be a long while on the scale. I have to lose over 50+ pounds, you know, um, like well over 50+ pounds just to, like, my goal for the year alone is to get to 229. Going by my last weigh-in, that is 68 pounds that I'd have to lose. If I gained anything, then that's possibly 70+ pounds that I have to lose. And that's just to get to 229, which, any doctor would more likely than not still tell me, hey, you got a long way to go. You're 70 something pounds overweight or whatever, but it just, or about 70 pounds overweight, something like that. But it finally dawned on me. I am not where I want to be, so the scale means nothing. And I just want to send that message. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm talking to people who have that sickness about, oh, a pound. Did I lose a pound? Did I gain? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, just work towards your goals. Focus on the work and not the reward. The reward will come when you focus on the work. But when you focus on the reward may never come because you have to work at it. And I'm sorry, I'm getting like kind of worked up over it because it finally hit me and I just felt sick. Like, because I'm not sick, but just it just hit me. I'm like, it doesn't matter what that scale tells me. I know that I am fucking miserable, excuse my language, but I'm miserable being this big. So on that note, let me stand up and do a body shot, but I'm going to talk a little bit more after this. Okay, I'm a goofball. But yeah, I'm wearing my Captain Marvel shirt. I love Captain Marvel, and I love this shirt. I got it from Think Geek, I think is the name of it, the gaming store. I'm not a gamer. My partner is. But yeah. And these are tight as heck. Tight, tight, tight. Size 24. I think these are hydraulic juniors plus jeans. I think, but yeah, they're tight as hell. Tight. Just showing the belly. But yeah, these suckers are tight. Jeez Louise. Anyway, let me scooch towards you. But yeah, you know, but yeah, I had to have that epiphany because I'm like so obsessed with this. My partner, I'm not in competition with him exactly, but I just want to show something. So he's been getting a lot of compliments about his weight loss, and I remember those days when I used to get my compliments, people saying like, "Ooh, you lost a lot of weight. You look really good." Blah blah blah. And sometimes people who had never seen me before but thought I looked good, giving me compliments, whatever, that I would not have gotten at my heavier weight. Well, I remember those days. I miss those days. Truth tea. I really miss those days. And, you know, two things. I'll first get on the topic. Okay, I was talking about compliments, so let me mention compliments, and then I'm going to mention about going to dinner with his family soon. So, about the compliments, I was going to say how he and I met. That's going to be another video for anybody who would care to watch it or listen to it or whatever, because I'm one of those people, I actually listen to videos more than I watch them, because I'll be doing other things, but I'll have a video playing most of the time, whatever, but sometimes I watch. But anyway, kind of like it's a podcast or whatever, a very short one. But about he and I when we met, I was regaining a lot of the weight that I had spent nearly 2 years losing. Not quite 2 years, but nearly 2 years losing. I was steadily regaining. And when I first met him, he used to flirt with me constantly. And that's a whole nother thing. But, he used to tell me that I looked great, I was beautiful. Oh, she always looks so gorgeous, is what he told a coworker one time, when I came into the establishment that he worked at the time. And it was just very flattering. And it was at a time that my self-esteem was really not what it should be. I was not in a good space. And I also felt like men were starting to treat me as invisible again, as they had before I lost all my weight. And so to have this guy acknowledge me as attractive, it meant a lot to me, and he did it on a regular basis. So that's kind of sort of how he won me over. And to be honest, that's another story. But, that was kind of like what, got him on my radar the way it was, because I was in a, oh gosh, you know what? I want to do 2 videos where I talk about the years 2015 and 2016. My partner and I, we met in not met, but we exchanged numbers in late 2016. And we started dating at the beginning of 2017. And I actually want to do videos that I title them 2015, 2016. And I might be so bold as to do 2017 and 2018 and all that. You guys saw some of 2018, but not everything. It's going to be a tawdry tell-all video set. But anyway, seriously, those were some amazing years in good and bad ways, for me. but I will talk about them at another time. But just to get back to my point, I was thinking to myself today, I was like, if he were to tell me how beautiful I am, based off of what I look like now, not having seen me at a smaller size or anything, because I know, like, when he sees me as beautiful now, which he does, and it means a lot to me, but at the same time, he has a reference point because he knows what I look like without all this extra fat on my face, with my eyes wide open, without being crushed down by fat. Because I'm going to tell you that I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of very overweight people, we have cat eyes, or if I may be so bold as to say, if I'm pronouncing it properly, Asiatic eyes, because, and in our case, for non-Asian people, and I'm not saying this to be offensive in any way, I hope people know what I'm talking about. It comes from obesity, because when you lose that weight, your eyes pop, for, like, me as an African American woman. I'm going off on a tangent, but I was gonna say, though, he knows what I used to look like. I mean, not necessarily at my best, but he actually started noticing me and started hitting on me when I was near my lowest weight, because that's around the time that I met him, when I was near my lowest weight, but I was progressively gaining weight through, the year 2016. And by the time we started dating, I had gone up a good 40 pounds from my lowest weight, something like that, and then now from my lowest weight, I'm at least 90 pounds bigger, or around 90 pounds bigger from my lowest weight previously, and anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I just want to say that when he was complimenting me, throughout the year 2016, when I was near my lowest weight, and even as I got bigger into the 220s, 230s, 240s, and possibly 250s, but definitely like mostly in the 240s in the year 2016, as far as a high weight, I believed I was beautiful. I still saw myself as pretty. I knew I was not as pretty as I was at a smaller weight, but I still felt good about myself. So, like, it's hard to explain. I felt bad about myself, but I felt good about myself. Makes any sense? I still saw myself as pretty. Okay. And so I believed that he meant it, versus if he were to do that now, or let's say a guy were to be heavily, saying, oh, you're so beautiful, da da da. A part of me would think, okay, dude, what do you want? Like, what's going on? You're full of crap. Like, you know what I mean? It would be like skepticism, I am so sorry. I'm looking at the timer on this thing and it's over 13 minutes, but I just want to get this stuff off my chest. And I was thinking, that makes me sad. And I miss when, if someone called me beautiful, I believe them, and there was no skepticism. There was no, I'm not beautiful, or like, it's not that I think I'm not beautiful. I feel like at this weight, I can look cute, right? I can, I can look decent, but I don't really feel beautiful anymore. And I feel like my beauty has an asterisk to it, like, beautiful, as opposed to, oh, beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? Where you are being sincere, you genuinely feel like that person looks beautiful. And I don't want to hear about internal beauty. We're talking about external, okay? Because let's be real, that's how we judge each other. That's what makes the world go round, is external beauty. Internal as well, to some, not, I won't say to some degree, it does, but we judge each other on external. And to be honest, if my partner did not think I was externally attractive in the first place, we wouldn't have our beautiful daughter. Okay, so let's not BS here, talk about, oh, it's what's in your heart, please. So anyway, but just to wrap it up, what I wanted to say is that we're supposed to be having dinner with his family. And I haven't seen his family now in maybe a few months, couple months or something. It's been a little bit, a little more than 2 months, I want to say, maybe. And yeah, so we haven't seen them in a while. And I'm still about where I was the last time I saw them, whereas he is a lot smaller. And, not just a lot smaller than what he was, but a lot smaller than me. And it's more like in your face now because he's lost all this weight. And it's going to make me feel kind of bad, I think, but like it's already making me feel bad in anticipation. But we have to run our own race, and what you don't like, you got to fix it, and you have the power. I hate to sound like Captain Planet, but the power is yours. But it is, it's in your hands. One of my favorite songs is Secret by Madonna, and it's, if you listen to that song, it is amazing, and it's on point, is that for the most part, your happiness lies in your own hands. And so for me, my happiness is in my hands. But anyway, this video ran way longer than I anticipated. I apologize for that. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much.